coming up. We'll show you the latest craze in toys. And it's not all about, you know, automated mini computers. It's old school, old-fashioned wind-up.
Look at the green thing.
Toys.
That was great.
Wow.
That was awesome.
I like that green one. That is cool.
They can't leave with all those toys.
I'm not going to.
Good morning. Welcome to the 9 o'clock hour of the KTLA Morning News.
Thanks, Cheryl. And they've been around for centuries.
Oh, those are so cute.
But these are not your typical toys. We'll talk to the man who is giving wind-up toys a new spin.
She's the only female. All right, speaking of playing, if you want to reduce your carbon footprint, skip the batteries and buy your kids wind-up toys. Remember those old school toys? They're more than just waddling ducks and drummer boys. Mark Dinges is the owner of Z Wind-Up Toys, the world's greatest wind-up toys around. You've actually spent your life, you've dedicated your life to these. Why?
I've been doing this for like 24 years. Yeah, they started off as a real simple toy, and what we've done is changed them. We've added a whole bunch of new functions. As I said, things that they've never done before. They're like little performers.
Okay, well, let's look at this little frog right here. Show us. This is the old school frog,
This
right?
is an original.
Remember these ones?
It's called a Tommy toy.
Yeah, now look at the new school one. It does a lot more.
Watch him. He actually stops, blinks his eyes, and then restarts.
Now, you've got 20 new toys this year. They can do everything.
I've got more like 45 or 50.
Are you kidding?
Watch him. This is a walking shoe. He's got a mouse that actually comes up, turns his head, and then drops back down.
Okay, and then show us this little saucer, the flying saucer. And now, I asked you, over the years...
He won't fall off the table.
So the technology has even changed.
Everything's changed.
Internally, are they... I remember I used to overwind my toys like crazy.
I'll tell you with ours, if you listen to it whine...
Put it up by your microphone.
If you hear this, let's hear this noise. If you hear that noise, that means you can't overwind it. You can wind this the rest of your life.
So they're kind of indestructible is what you're saying.
Pretty much indestructible.
Oh, I love this green guy. He's so...
That was one of the hardest ones we've ever developed, to get that to do the splits. This is another one. This is from an old, actually from an old movie that was in. And we've added a whole bunch of functions to him. And
tell me, I mean, just one of these guys, like for example, this one, how long does it take to come up with idea and then execute it? Because you look at this and you're like, that's got to be fairly simple, right?
Well, you'd think. It takes us 18 months is pretty much the low end. We go as high as 24. We've got stuff already being worked on through 2013.
And then over here in the water, you know, you guys remember these when you babysit or when you even were a child, these little ones that like spin around the pool, but you've made some updates to some of these as well.
If you watch that tail, the tail is actually, that took us 18 months to just do that one.
And there's one that spews water. I think this is
that's the guy.
The little frogs.
All of these guys.
So it's not just the colors and bodies of them. Okay, this one apparently...
Let's put him up. Yeah, there he goes. Watch out. He's going to get you wet.
That's so fantastic. Okay, now my favorite one of all. Mark, show it. We have to do this together. It's a two-person wind-up. Okay, ready? Winding, 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 winding. These guys are swing dancers. Look at this. Look at how genius... I can't stand it. What do they cost, roughly?
About $4.99 retail.
I think we can all afford that during a recession. Mark, I just think this is kind of the coolest thing. Z Wind-Up Toys are available at major retail stores in Southern California. They will put a smile on kids' faces and adults' faces alike. Mark, thanks so much for showing us off some of these toys. I could sit here and play with these all day.
That's great.
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, she is speaking out for the first time since separating from her former presidential candidate and husband, John Edwards. What Elizabeth Edwards is saying about her marriage and her husband's affair. And it's one of the largest anime conventions. It's happening right here in LA. We have some of the characters here in studio. We'll be right back.
She's crazy, right?
Every time we dance.